This week on EveryTrade Behind the Bill.
Oh, it's amazing, we're going to earn extra 20p an hour or whatever it is. I'll be honest, I've had a quick walk around and it's not moving as fast as I thought it would.
Strapped it up to the deck to make sure it was sound.
I'm putting the pressure on the guys to get it done because we need to be in like ASAP. What's that nose ring all about? So we've got less money, price is up. Not going to work, is it? So welcome back to EveryTrade Behind the Build. As you've seen, we are on full attack at New HQ. I'll be honest, I've had a quick walk around and it's not moving as fast as I thought it would. I'll explain more later. Big week if you're in business, and just generally, if you care about finances this week, it's the budget. Now, if you're not in business, you don't pay attention to the budget, then I think you're missing a trick, because two things: there's negative impacts, probably a lot of negative impacts coming on business, but also there's opportunities that come from the budget too. So we'll have a little watch of that together maybe later on this week. Give Daly's torch back, he won't be happy. So yeah, we've got one of our vans in here. This is actually one of the oldest vans we've got, but I've got no reason to sell it. The lad that's had it for ages, he's happy with it. And come in, Tom, come past. Sorry, I'm doing YouTube, you don't like YouTube. Right. Don't agree. Tom, we've made up. We had a little falling out this week, but we've made up, and I love him because he's such a loyal person. Thanks for working for me, Tom, I appreciate it. Thinks I'm a So yeah, this van here is in for MOT. Again, 2016, oldest van we've got, but no reason to sell it. And in these difficult times, you've got to sweat your assets. So here we are, sweating the asset. But Dale tells me there's a few bits that need sorting. So yeah, also the wet belt's not been done on that, and it's a transit, is it a connect or a custom? Whatever it is, it's the wet belt, and if it goes, it causes catastrophe, so we're going to get that. So it's got like 90,000 miles on it. But yeah, I'll have a little walk around with you, show you what we've done. We've managed to get some of this racking in place that we got from Travis Perkins. I'm just going to say it, Hollywood beat it out last time, no worries. So yeah, when we emptied out the Travis Perkins, I think they've sold so many of their sites off, and my pal has got the job to clear them out, but basically he works with us to get rid of some of the bits of it. So it's, yeah, so we're building all as much racking as we can do here. Got this up here, don't know exactly what we're going to do with it, and essentially we are mining ourselves into this bit here. So this stuff here that we've had, that I know we've bought recently, that skirt in there is going to Project Connaught, because why not? It's there, we've already paid for it and we've got it, so that's going up there, that's been measured off and we're sending it up there. And then yeah, we're going to work our way through. This stuff here is racking for panels and vertical timber that's going to Preferred. So again, we're going to do a run up there. If you've not watched Preferred, make sure you watch it. It's a huge time in the time of Preferred. So yeah, it's all happening. We're going to try and dig our way in and organising it properly. Someone said in the comments actually, didn't they? They said if we had £1 or something for every time that Chris mentioned organising and using stuff that we've always had, he'd be a rich man, and he would. But then maybe so would I. And I've honestly been brutal. I'll show you outside in a minute. We've thrown so much stuff away. But yeah, working our way through and seeing how we get on.
Ta-da! Thomas Joyner Tyler. What do you say?
Thomas Joyner Tyler, builder, painter.
Mr. EveryTrade.
Yeah, Mr. EveryTrade.
Is it level, Thomas?
Yeah, check it. Is it?
Yeah, very good. Sound of business. Thomas, carry on, it's all good. Keep going. Got to keep the machine moving. So yeah, Thomas has got some tiles in now, so you can see our little reception area is coming together. I've gone for a straight bond, so tile there, a little cut here, which obviously won't matter, no sliver, and this centre line runs perfectly from the centre of the door, so that when you walk in, Thomas, the other Thomas needs you. The other Thomas needs you in there, yeah. So yeah, this is, by the end of today, this will all be tiled. I've got a nice sofa that I found on Marketplace to go there. I say Charlotte has. Come through here, Hollywood. You've probably seen this already, but we've made a bit of progress on the toilet there. Oh, what would you do if I just curl one out right now? Probably get more views. So yeah, all this is from recycled materials, apart from these here. If you come closer here, Thomas has done a mitre cut here, which, to be honest with you, upon reflection, it was a hard thing to do because we're going to have to now grout these in epoxy grout, but he's got a black and he's got that, all the colours to match. But it's a nice, to get a mitre cut on that, it's nice, no tile trim. You don't want tile trim. And he's done an access panel here because it's a concealed system and anyone knows about them. When they go in, they're great and they look amazing, but if they break, getting to them can be a nightmare. So yeah. But yeah, that bit is coming together. Not really much else to report it. It's a bit slow progress and I'm putting the pressure on the guys to get it done because we need to be in like ASAP because I've done a deal now because of last week's video. I've done a deal on the other unit and that is now sorted. So we've set a date and we need to meet it because he's moving in. So we have to be in here. So I'm putting the pressure on the guys to get it done. But obviously what the guys are saying is they can rush it, but it won't be as good. And we want it to be right because we're going to be here, hopefully, for a long time. So it's about finding that balance between getting it done and getting it looking right. But, yeah. So, the creatively titled Project School. I'm not actually explaining what this project is. It's an extension of a school.
I don't actually like being on camera. I'll do anything for you.
As I would you, Adam, as I would you.
You know what I mean? I'm not 10p a brick off for you, Ross. Hey? Yeah? 10p a brick. 10p a brick. You're on about 50p at the minute.
So on site this week we've got Adam, Eve and Mike and Ross and Ray, dad and lad, on the joinery of Liverpool fame. Not many people know this, but them two actually travel to Manchester and Liverpool from Lancaster every single day. They spend essentially 3 hours driving, but they love working for us that much and we love having them.
Just sit there and just come up to me and watch the film. You know, that's all going to change once you're in the boyfriend moment.
Adam and Eve are actually trying to juggle this project with Project Church, Project Wilmslow, remember that one, and Project 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗓. It's a bit of a bottleneck, to be honest, but we just love working with these guys so much. But next year we're probably going to have to address it and find another brickwork gang. But don't tell these two because we love them that much.
We're all there on the
Very well.
So the roof structure's on, looking pretty good, ready for the roofers to start next week. Good little project this. Good progress there actually at Project School. We will hopefully be watertight there in a couple of weeks and our deadline for that job is basically by the end of the year. So we'll hopefully be there or thereabouts. We're not actually doing everything on the internals there. We're brought in, which I like this way, is to do the main structure get the roof on, do all the heavy structural work, and because that's what we're good at. We can do all the internal stuff, but I'm happy for the client to sort that themselves. So what I've done here is I spoke to our skip supplier, and we've got a timber only skip, which basically means we get it dropped off. We have to pay the transport to get it dropped off, but we're only going to pay a rate on the timber, as opposed to if we put it in a general waste skip, then you're paying for a mixed waste thing, which is a lot more, because, and this I think we'll hear about, it's in the budget, there's a landfill tax, and there's two rates. There's the standard rate, and again, you experts will correct me if I'm wrong, but my interpretation is the standard rate, which is for whatever's left. The trommel finds, when they get all the good out of it and then get it all to recycle, whatever's left, it's like £126 or something a ton that they have to pay to go and send it into the ground, which is nowhere else for it. And then there's just the lower rate, which is what we would do as grab operators. Once we took the hardcore out, if we can get rid of some of the soil, the mucky stuff, the clay, whatever's left has to go to landfill, and ours is a lot lower. It's like £6 a ton or something like that. If that gets changed, and there's talk of basically bringing that lower one up with the standard one, that's going to really make the grab game interesting, and the whole construction industry interesting, because that's going to get the cost of skips and grabs, it's going to go through the roof. So I'm hoping, there's been quite a few people really kicking off about it. I'm hoping that the Chancellor won't screw us there, because the construction industry is one of the biggest employers in this country. We're saying we need to make all these new houses, and yet they're going to screw us over, and we are the people that like feed this economy. So yeah, been pretty brutal. For example, trunking, nothing wrong with it, and I know someone out there probably want it, but we don't need it, so it's going in this skip, general waste skip. See these here, Hollywood, looking there, this is criminal, but I've had 20 odd of them extractor fans. I've had them since a job I did 6 years ago. Tried to sell them, sold about 3. Nobody wants them, gone. We've emptied them out, throw the cardboard in there, and the metal we're putting in a scrap bin, and we're going to take to the scrap. Yes, cousin Alex, you okay? What are you up to? What have you been doing?
Just done a clearance at Beach Road.
Okay.
A lot of mixed stuff.
Yeah. All right. So obviously separated timber into the timber, but we see that there, that's getting saved, innit?
Yeah.
We'll use that. So I'm not going to waste things. I'm not going to throw things away. Cousin Alex works on all this kind of stuff a lot now. He knows what I'm looking for. Any rubbish timber in the timber bin, we're getting rid of it. But I've also got a few people that want nice timber to burn for log burn stuff. So we're going to save that and give that away as well, because it helps them and it helps us. But look, oh yeah, full roll of DPM there as well. Where's that come from?
Beach Road.
Is it?
Beach Road, and we've got
Yeah.
DPC on the other side.
Oh right, well make sure anything that can be saved gets pulled out then. Come here, Hollywood. I might have told this story on YouTube before, but I can't remember. But this van, right, I had a nightmare. So I always buy my vans from the same company. I have done until recently. Not bought any new vans for a while actually, although watch this space. And they said to me, I said to them, I needed a van quite quick, and I didn't normally buy second-hand vans. They said, well, we've got one here. And I was like, okay, it's Transit. And I was like, yeah, I like them. It had done about 20,000 miles. I think it's a 21 plate. So I bought it a couple of years ago. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Then it was white. I got it wrapped. Happy with it. Really happy. Engineer, heat engineer Tom, who you saw before, he uses it. He's really happy with it. And then we went to a job, and my mate rang me and he said, where'd you get a van from? I said, I've got it from where I buy it from. He's like, are you mad? He said, I offered you that van 6 months ago and you turned it down. He offered it me for 20 grand. I paid 23 grand for it. So basically, and I recommended, yeah, exactly. It's nothing now. It's a bit old for you this, Tom, innit? Need to get him a new van. Now we've made up. So yeah, basically, I bought this van for 3 grand more. He sold it to them less than the 20. I introduced him to them. So I rang them and said, look, this has happened. You're going to do something? We've bought 30 odd vans. They said, no. So I've not bought a van from him since. But they're a good company. But really, I got stitched up there. Oh yeah, so by the way as well, they sold that van to him on my recommendation. So I got stitched up. But anyway, business, we're not all perfect, are we? Let's crack on. So we're upstairs now. Can't really show too much because the floor layers are now in, which we'll show you later on in the episode. We've had to prime and stick glue down, so can't really walk over there. But I just thought I'd have a little chat about a message that I got this week. I actually got a couple, me and Alex. Basically, young people coming through in the game who are 19, 20. I didn't realise how many people watch that do look up to me and Alex, and it's not lost on us, but we're not really thought about it. But it's actually amazing people that look up to us because they want to be tradesmen, and look at the route that Alex has gone down, where he's become a tradesman, then he's gone into property. But then my route really, which is someone that really drifted about quite a bit, always loved business, went and did a different career and actually got a degree in something that I was interested in but didn't really have the passion for. And it's amazing that you guys watch us, and if you are young and you don't really know where you want to go with your career, then I'm trying to make this content for you. But say you're trying to be a tradesman, but you know that you don't want to be working and breaking your back until you're in your 50s or whatever, then Alex's stuff might be for you as well. And that's why I love the coming together of me and him on this channel. It's like, hopefully, there's you guys out there are finding inspiration. You know what? Let us know, because I needed to see that really. I needed to feel that, like, that we are trying to make this content for people other than the ones that just watch it because they like watching it, because it is like purpose driven. Yes, how can I help you? Have I inspired you?
Yeah, loads.
Thanks, mate. What's up?
Just a couple of things that I want you to know.
Yeah, so can we add one very serious point though, actually on here? What's that nose ring all about?
Not wrong with a nose ring.
Wait, how long have you had that for?
Ages.
Have
I've
you?
had it since third year.
How do
uni.
you pick your nose?
No,
Right.
just don't pick your nose.
Just tell him Tupac had a nose ring.
Did it?
That is true, Tupac did have a nose ring.
Sounds so much better when he said Tupac had a nose ring, man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Right, come on, let's go have a look. Come on. It's Hollywood film. This is good. Documentary style. By the way, I keep saying it, right? But, I don't know if you can hear me. The retention, and this will mean nothing, it's boring, but I'll send Hollywood the actual screenshot. Whoa, Hollywood, you all right down there, bro? Yeah. But basically, the retention on our stuff's amazing. Like, you guys are watching for longer and not just watching and then dropping out. Yeah. It's good. Kai, another unsung hero. Look, you watch it as well, Kai, don't you watch? Every week you watch, don't you?
Yeah.
Do I inspire you? Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Can't say no, really, can you? Right, go on.
Got bits of glass.
Yeah, just get rid of them.
Yeah.
It's not. Why is it? That's like a new thing. What's that
Yeah.
for?
Bill said he thinks it might have been a mismeasure. Or,
Right. Okay. Yeah, get rid of that.
And then once again, there's the actual door that was taken out.
Yeah, no, get rid of all that. Obviously, get that in the. We'll put that to one side. 'Cause we'll put that in the Luton.
Yeah.
The metal. Is that a lintel there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the lintel. Pull that out the back. Obviously, the DPM. Any full lengths of timber that are straight, put in the container. Is that container open or not?
I don't think so.
No, it's open. We've organised the container as well. We went through all the timber, threw so much away. It's honestly, I feel disgusting that we did it, but it's so much better in there now. We just know what's there, and we can get at it. Straight away, Sean Bizzle came down, and I was showing him, he was like, roofing batten, we need that. Oh, we need that for Project Heating. So we took that. Amazing.
Pretty much got a full
Yeah.
shopping list, John.
Yeah, exactly. Sean's good lad because he'll knows what's here, and he'll make sure, because he really cares about the bottom line of the business, understands that the business does well, he'll do well. He makes sure he comes here and gets what he can. If that's all straight, that's decent. Get that in the container.
Yeah.
Some that's tannalizes it, or is it all? Is it not?
It's wet.
Right. Yeah. It's sorry. Yeah. Gonna head back to HQ, do a bit of that, but I'll budget day tomorrow. So yeah, catch up tomorrow. I wonder if this chair, will be here when we leave. Honestly, this chair was meant to go to the yard, but I actually quite like where it is because I can look at my now fully functioning info wall again, and it turns out there's even more people replicating this. Someone else he's actually started his own YouTube channel as well, the Builder Investor. He's a good guy actually, I speak to him, and he's got his own info wall. So yeah, it's good. And I'll tell you why it's good, because you can just see what's happening in your business, and information, knowledge is power. And this one has just started working all over again, which made my looks changing. I feel like I've been on a bit of a tough run, but made my looks changing. So, budget day. What do we expect? And why do we care? Alex is on his way over. We love budget day. Like I said before, not just because we find out if we're going to get spanked, which we are, but also there's opportunities that come out of rule changes, and people make a lot of money by acting upon changes in law, changing in policy to do with finance and stuff like that. So what am I expecting? Obviously, a lot of tax rises. It sounds like VAT isn't going to be risen, which is good because VAT already is a nightmare. And I'll tell you why VAT is a nightmare. because obviously it's just a tax for everyone on anything, any consumer goods, anything like that. But that tax is being paid out of your income, which you've already been taxed on, which is so heavily taxed. So yeah, look, we want to go and build someone's extension. That's great. Our price is 100 grand, but we have to collect tax for the government, which means we're 120 odd grand. So it's really just a tax on turnover, isn't it? So we can smash it, try and get as many inquiries in as we want, try and get as many leads as we can, win the work. Danny does his job, KTM does his job, our kid does his job, win the work, but then we go, oh, by the way, it's 20% more expensive, and that's just for the government. There was talk of lowering the threshold, which I was a bit in two minds about, because I've got a couple of businesses that earn less than the 90 odd grand a year. So that basically mean that there was talk of anyone turning over 30k and above would then enter into having to collect VAT for the government. Sounds like that isn't going to happen, which I'm in two minds, like I say, because the good thing about that was it would have brought us in line with, say, Johnny builders, smaller builders that somehow operate under the VAT threshold. So that would have leveled the playing field, because we lose a lot of work where they'll say, oh, Johnny Builder down the road does it, we'll do it for cash, or Johnny Builder down the road doesn't charge VAT. But I'm thinking they pay VAT on materials, everybody does, and they can't claim it back. But anyway, we do lose a lot of work that way. I remember when I first hit VAT threshold, and it was when the threshold was 66 grand. I think it's now about 90 something, it might be 90, I'm not sure. And it blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I've got a business that turns over 66 grand. That was in the first few months of trading. This business went like that. It was crazy. Kind of went like that, and then leveled out. And you know what? I remember this book that I read at the time, and there's this climbing terminology called throwing the dyno. Again, it might be an American thing, and you climbers out there might correct me, but my interpretation of that was sometimes you're climbing up the ladder, which you say this is a cliff face, but say it's also business. You're climbing up, but you need to get to there. You know you need to get to that level. You've got to really throw caution to the wind. Climbers will throw the dyno. They'll just take a leap of faith and get onto that level. And you know what? I've took them leaps of faith all through my career, and that's sometimes what you've got to do. And when we did that yard episode, a few people saying, oh, you know, you're wasting your time, you're chasing your tail, and that might prove to be right. However, if you don't have a go, if you don't throw the dyno, then how will you ever know? If you have a fear of failure, how you ever know if you're going to succeed? How will you ever succeed if you're scared of failure? And this country sometimes makes people scared to try. It's a control thing. Like the budget will probably make people terrified to go self-employed, but really being self-employed or owning your own business is the way you actually ever build wealth. Answer that could be a big job, but yeah, another little rant, but yeah, throw the dyno.
Is that tap working? Did they get that going? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Recognise the voice? Yep, that's Eve from Adam and Eve, straight over from Project School to Project Church because it's concrete pour day. We're using a line pump again, and I'm not sure if it's because Adam and Eve are getting lazy in their old age, or probably because it makes commercial sense. Danny, our estimator, will make an assessment on his price and job up where it's worth allowing for a pump. And on this one, due to the really muddy terrain and the distance from the front to the back, it's probably worthwhile. Here the boys are using trench block to get us out of the ground. Now, there's a few ways to get us up to damp, but trench block is my favourite because it's faster, quicker, and I think easier. The boys are coring it up, getting it ready, and then they'll take it up an engineering brick and get it ready for slabbing up this week. Another nice and easy extension on its way. So Alex and I have watched the budget. Alex had to shoot off actually, more for him later on in this episode. I am not a political person. I don't claim to understand fully and care massively about who's in power or whatever, but I always keep an eye on the budget. And yeah, a lot of you guys might not be interested. A lot of you guys probably already know this is quite a lot in the news, but I thought I'd just highlight the key takeaways that might be relevant to us, this business, EveryTrade, and the other businesses that we do, and for you guys that are tradesmen and builders and property developers and just the average person. Now, the first one I'm pretty happy about is they've frozen the landfill tax. The two different tiers that I told you about. So there was the standard one and then there's the lower one. Basically, inert is a lower one. So clay, fine, stuff that we can really not get rid of via recycling. That's been frozen, although it's going to go up pegged to the higher one. So it is going to rise, but that means that there was a danger that they said it could cost an extra 28 grand to build a house. That has not happened. And you know what? It's because of a few people, a couple of other MPs have really pushed them. So it proves that if you do lobby and you do stand up for what you believe in, then hopefully they listen. So yeah, so we're all right on that one. Something about free apprenticeships. I think the apprenticeship system is broken. Here's my view on this, right? We want to train apprentices, right? We've got a couple, but the problem is they're so expensive to train because they don't know anything when they start. It takes ages, that one day a week they go to college, etc. Some of them are a bit lazy, they're on the phones and stuff like that. We've trained up probably about 10 apprentices throughout our time, which is not enough. I want to do more, but it should be fully funded. They're saying something about it's free under the age of 25, but it doesn't mean fully funded. The government should pay us to pay the apprentice. In turn, we'll train up these young kids that could be brilliant tradesmen of the future. AI will probably be that'll be the last thing that it disrupts, will be the construction industry and skills and trades. So yeah, hopefully they're sorting out, but it's not. It basically says there's free apprentices, for free training for apprentices. So I don't know what that means, but yeah. Apparently they're going to put some money into the planning system. If you're a property developer or you're a builder, the planning system is broken. There's not enough people. It's so hard to get planning on anything. It should take 6 to 8 weeks to get planning on an extension or loft conversion. That can sometimes take 3 months, depends where you are in the country. Trying to get new build away, planning, nightmare. Honestly, we could be on site on more jobs now if we weren't waiting for planning. There's just not enough people, not enough planners, and the public sector that side, because of all the austerity, is broken, but they put 48 million quid into that. Minimum wage rising. Right, so this is clever. So they put minimum wage up, and everyone's like, you know, the lowest earners, they're like, oh, it's amazing, we're going to earn extra 20p an hour or whatever it is. That's fine, yeah, good, yeah, people should earn more money, that's great, yeah. It will cost businesses because, yes, we might not have many people on minimum wage, but people go, oh, they're earning more, so I need to earn more. So it'll have a knock-on effect, which is inflationary, which means that it'll cost us more generally to live day to day. But here's the clever bit. This is the biggest tax that a lot of people aren't on. So the rate of tax-free allowance, so it's 12.5 grand you're allowed to earn, we're all allowed to earn tax-free. That really should go up with inflation at least, but they've fixed that, frozen it until 2031, is it? Something like that. Okay, right, that's not necessarily a tax, but if wages are going up, minimum wage is going up, more people are moving into that bracket where they have to pay tax. And then if basically wages are going up, there's more taxable income, but that's staying the same. That bit there, the taxable bit, is more for the government, so it's a stealth tax. So we're all going to be taxed more, basically. Also, eco scheme, not sure if you guys know about that, but basically, a lot of people have made a lot of money retrofitting houses with insulation, boilers, and stuff like that. A lot of money. Me and Alex were actually dipping our toe into trying to set that up, and that's been scrapped. So basically, I did say this, I've been saying this for a while, I get the feeling that the country is kind of, the world, probably because of Donald Trump, moving away a little bit from caring about global climate change and things like that. So yeah, say what you want about that, but it did create jobs and it created wealth and things like that, and that's now gone. So all them people, well, it will be gone in April. There's no replacement been announced. So that, you know, people are gonna be looking for work there. So that retrofit thing's gone. So that business will have to be put on ice. And then yeah, dividend tax. So basically, we're gonna pay more. So we take a mixture. Most people who are self-employed or running a limited company get the 12.5 grand basic and then get the rest in dividends, and you pay less tax on dividends than you do on income tax, but that's going up. So it is going to cost us more money to run this business. It will probably mean we've got a choice: put prices up or reduce margin, because you don't want, because you probably lose work if you put the prices up, because people have got less money anyway. So we've got less money, prices up, not going to work, is it? So I do not think this is good. I think that it could have been worse, but it was basically a disaster. I'm not political, but it's not working. And typical Labour, you know, looking after the poorest, which is fine. I come from a council estate, as you know, I'm proud of that. But is scrapping the cap on child benefit a good thing? It's going to cost us more money. It's going to encourage some people to have more kids. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Say, not political, don't shoot me. I'm just talking to you as a business owner, as someone that's tried to build something out of nothing. Me and Alex trying to build our property empire up. And yeah, this is where we are. But I said to Alex before, it's like, let's not get bogged down by it. Listen, it's always going to be the way. Taxes are always going to rise in this country. We can't move abroad yet because our businesses, we're so entrenched here. I've got family over here. I don't want to be away from my family. So we've got to deal with the cards and the hand we've been dealt. Let me know what you think. I'm interested, genuinely. Let's engage in the comments. Let me know, because I'd like to really know what the sort of get a gauge of what people are thinking, because it feels to me like the general public, the voter, is feeling a bit screwed over. And I think that opens up for Mr. Farage at some point. Yeah, let me know what you think. Speaking of Alex, let's go over to Liverpool, see where he's up to. I'm not actually sure. I think he's going to show you around Project Connaught. But yeah, also, like I keep saying, preferred, check in. Honestly, if you love business, if you love the growing of business, preferred. Get it checked out. Big things are happening.
Yeah, on 50 Connaught, and look at this. So the extension is fully formed now. Look at that. Kept all the retaining brick, so it fits in with the property. Shadow is not making it look good, but it's good. All the roof's on now. Scaff's still up. Just got to get rid of that. A few more bits of the outside, but inside.
Hey, yo, Alex.
Inside, first fix is well underway, it's more or less done. The lads are now just framing out in, bad off, mate. The lads are just framing out now on the ceiling. So what we're doing is a drop down ceiling on the perimeter. So you can see there now 3v2 is side on all the way round like that. And what we're going to have is a detail. So we'll board the ceiling, board this down. The lads are plastered, the ceiling plastered return, and then this board will come over. We'll have an LED tape then all the way around, which will light up and shine around the whole perimeter. It's a nice little feature. Normally we would do some sort of light wall feature, but this time we're doing that. So you understand that now, don't you?
Yes, yes. So we stick to the
So they're going to board
the
first,
ceilings, board the face,
board the side.
Yes, the sides.
They'll skim the ceiling, skim the return, and then they'll board that
over about 4 inch.
Yeah.
For make sure it's sitting the
so
slip
our chimney coat that's going here, then we'll go past it now.
Yes.
You allowed for that?
Yes, I allowed it for that.
Allowed the dab as well.
I allowed it for the dab.
Good. So yeah, upstairs. You on the tools, Matty boy?
Yeah, I'll make it.
No, Matt's not on the camera today. He's actually putting some insulation in, aren't you, lad?
Hey, double time.
Yeah. So up here now, loads going on.
Okay.
Because we've got all the insulation going in. Oh, you going for the rock wool, lad, yeah?
No, this is not a rock wool.
Looks like rock wool, though.
It's a urban stuff calling. This is same again the 𝗕𝗨𝗘𝗔𝗧 stuff.
Yeah.
Which is little bit like a rock wool mix, but not rock wool.
Like an in between. Looks
Yeah,
like
between
wool,
and.
nice and dense. Not as probably not as good as rock wool, like, but yeah. So you can see there now, bathrooms fully formed.
Yeah. Very good price we got them, Alex.
Well done, mate. Shower obviously there. Sink.
Yeah, it's getting fitted after the boarding. The shower.
Yeah, no, we'll do the dot and dab first. And then Matty boys are setting up the camera, look at that. You use a bit of time lapse. You might see a little bit of this footage in a minute. So the guys are putting all the insulation in now. Everything's in.
And the soil pipe is getting wrapped again.
Yeah, I need to wrap this up, just keep the noise down. And upstairs, which is the favourite part of this house now, because it's usually not as good as this. I'll show you. Look at this now. Tapman, you okay? So insulation's going in.
Yeah.
So windows are in, look at that. There's our little detail now, what we said. There's 2 windows together. Beautiful. Nice big rooms. And then this way. Here he is, the main man. How are you? Another nice big loads of light coming in. So these rooms will be full of light with them 2 double windows now. You can see the layout now, the bed's there. So you've got the switch in the socket at the bedside light. coming around to another bedside light with a switch and a socket, so it's doubled up. We've got another feed there, which is going to light the headboard. So we'll have a headboard coming right up and across, that's lit. The 2 lights either side of the bed, and then socket and switches either side, so you can control either way. Telly's going to go on that wall there, just fit in. And then we've got the wardrobe and stuff to go there by Christian. The desk's going there. And then the radiator is going underneath the windows. And then in this room, it's basically the exact same. The exact same setup again in this room. So yeah, all good. And that little detail there is decent, by the way. I like that. So that's how we've got round. Because them purlins, the different heights, we wanted to make it a nice square box in. So when that gets done and boarded, it's going to be really nice though. Nice rooms. You happy, lad?
Happy with that. Yeah, the building inspections has been out before. He said we did everything like in the big book. So we're happy with the, He said we're happy with the hip, how we pick up the hip.
Oh, the hip, you mean?
Yeah, the hip stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so we did a little bit of work there. We didn't show as much in it, but we strapped it up to the deck to make sure it was sound. And then we put extra purlin, and you can see a double purlin just up there. Double purlin just up there, where we've got...
Which is 9
I'll show you that now. So you can see that double purlin there, again, just picking up the hip with a piece right the way up, and that's strapped in and pocketed in on that wall there. Now, we didn't really have to do that, but we did just to secure it that little bit much better, because me and Chris are keeping this house, never going to sell it. We're going to do it properly. So yeah, it's looking good in here. You alright, mate? Looking good. And then, as I say, plasters are starting next week, so that's why we're getting it all insulated. We're on track, aren't we?
On the track, yes. I just spoke with Matt before. He said still coming on Monday, because loads of insulated board need to fit it on the top floor, because we need to cover the joist,
So
or the new joist.
When Matt comes, we want to make sure we're all done. And as I say, Matt's been doing all our houses now for probably about 5 years now, 6 years. And Matt is a plastering team, him and Gaz and the boys are the best, in my opinion. So I think come to Liverpool. Anyone who comes to Liverpool and works in our houses, I think are the best we've got. So yeah. Are you going to do? Oh, you're going to do the window there, aren't you? You'll see this detail here now, where you can see. Probably people might think, why is that over the windows? Well, we're going to have a transom on the new windows here, so you won't see it from the outside. The glass is going to be tinted, and because if you look over the road, you can't change the windows. It's got to be the same because it's in a conservation area facing the highway. You can't change that elevation, but we can tint it so you won't even know any difference. So when people look from the outside, they'll see a glass window, but obviously from us we'll just see the transom. So we finished off. So yeah, all good. As I say, a few more things to tie off now with the lads. So looking at it, we're flying. So back over to Manny.
Project Nimrod. Now, you are witnessing a very rare sight. 2 absolute titans of EveryTrade. Matt Gratty passing timber up to Phil Payne, another heavyweight of EveryTrade. What a squad.
Right, I'll aim for 150 off that. Language, Timothy.
Right, we need our two boards, don't we?
Yeah. Oh,
have you got them?
Them bones.
Sweet.
Right, are you volleying up that side?
Yeah, we're going to mark it up and multi that out now.
Yeah.
And then we'll fill in, we got any more spars to go in?
Just on the end, but I'll work that detail out tomorrow with Tom.
Oh right, so we'll do them and then we can start felting them back.
Yeah, you'll have to watertight it up, won't you? Because it's going to pee down tomorrow. Yeah? Right, well I'll work that side then, Phil.
Which side?
I'll go on that side and cut that side. Yeah?
Is it me, or does Phil Payne sound like Thomas the Tank Engine? Don't know, just can't get out of my head. What I would say is what tuition young Thomas is getting from Phil and Matt there. Nice hammer, Matt. I said it before and I say it again, the apprentice system is broken in this country, but when you get someone like Thomas who's willing to learn and you get great teachers like Phil Payne and Matt Gratty who want to pass their skill set onto the next generation, young Thomas has got half a chance. So here the boys fly battening this one, which basically means getting it watertight or semi-watertight for our roofer who starts next week. Wait a minute, we might have another clash here. We're having the roofer at Project Nimrod and at Project School. Why does everything come to a head at once? Tough game this. So it don't look pretty, but it'll do for now. It should stop the rain getting into the property. Back to this one next week when it's all boxed off. So we're still cracking on a new HQ. I can't wait to get in there. Like I say, the clock is ticking, but when we start putting floor down, when we start finishing painting, tiling, you know that you're near the end of the job, but this is the bit where things can really slow down. So we're gonna check in, see how we're getting on at new HQ. And I think this week, it's nearly done.
Yeah, you're too busy stuff there.
Right, we're getting closer to moving in to new HQ. Honestly, I can't wait for two reasons. It's going to be amazing, but also we need to stop spending money on things that don't make us money. Even though we've been quite clever and used materials that we've had lying around for ages, like these sinks, like that vanity unit, like that panel in there, but it's still costing us absolutely loads. We had a look this week, and up to now, we've dropped 60 grand into this project. Now, that doesn't seem like loads considering what we've done, but 60 grand has had to come from profit. You'd have to do a 300 grand job and use all the profit off that to get this going. Honestly, it is wiping us out, but I know it'll be worth it, and this will be an amazing home for us for the next 10 years. Here the floor layers are priming up and laying some carpet tile. We've gone for a dark colour, but not completely black, because for some reason tradesmen like treading their muddy boots onto my lovely carpet. So a nice charcoaly colour. It's gonna look mega. I can't wait to show you this one finished, but really, I can't wait to move in. So this here is now set up because later on we've got a customer coming in. We've designed their extension. They came in for a design session live on the TV, and then they're coming back for a revised one with costings now. So the idea is we're going to find a build for their budget. A build for their budget. I like that, I might use that somewhere. Over there, it's quite funny actually. I was coming in a minute ago and I saw that on Project 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗓, which is mine and Alex's own in-house development, that's come to a grinding halt just because we haven't got the labour to get on it, and we were waiting for the posi joists. Well, those posi joists, which are a great invention by the way, it means you can span over a wider distance. Generally, and I know you clever builders and clever structural engineers will correct me, you can only really get a 4.2 metre span out of timber without getting flex and whip, really, without introducing some mid support. But these posi joists, you can get a lot further, almost like 5 metres, even more I think actually, depending on the size. And they're all open so you can run your cables and your services through them. Well, they've just come. But we should have really booked a crane, but because I'm tight, and actually we didn't know when they would come, we've got a handball off, so we've sent Danny and TB over there to try and box it with cousin Alex and Kai, and I want Hollywood to go and film it. So Hollywood, go over there, and if you need to, lend a hand.
A bit higher. I know they're ready.
Listen, I'm doing my shit, you do yours.
Don't worry, Dad. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry.
Is there a light down here or not? No, no light. I'm trying to remember the code. Been here for 7 years and I don't know the code for down here, but I know that it is any random combination of, there you go, so you can put any number in, it works. What a security code that is. So I thought we'd come down here and show you what we're going to do with, yeah, getting all this over to new HQ. So we've got to try and, to be fair, there's not much in it. It looks worse than it is, but we have got a lot of tools and bits that I do want to say. We're going to, again, be brutal and throw stuff away. There was one time where this was full to the actual door, but I'm going to basically get everything here, get it tested, make sure it's working, then do another test thinking, do we actually use this? Do we need it? And if we do, we'll put it into stores. If we don't, it's getting gone, sold out of here. But yeah, there's a lot to do, a lot to move. I've sold, I think, 3 mixers up to now because we've got like 7 and we don't need them. We've got half a mixer here. Yeah, there's actually more that I don't know where they are as well. We used to have like gangs of brickies that were on day rate and used to work for us, and we abandoned that and work with Adam and Steve, and they're on a fixed contract price. They work for us full time, but we give them a fixed price. That way, they make money as much as they want, and then we get certainty in our cost. But yeah, you need to go through that. I might put some of this on Marketplace. So if you're in the market for tools, look this here, turf cutter, one of my auction purchases. Works, no issue, but when do we ever cut turf? Need to get rid. But I'm going to go through it all and be brutal, be honestly very brutal. Colour-coded screws, jeez. Yeah, so anyway, that's it. The week, EveryTrade. Hope this episode's all right, guys. Just a bit of a normal week, really. Not loads, nothing sensational to happen, no clickbait, I'm afraid. But that's just business, and that is the story, and that is what we want to keep telling. Do let me know what you think about the budget. Also, let me know if you're young and our videos inspire. I really would appreciate that, because honestly, it gives me and Alex such a boost. I hope you're having a lovely weekend whenever you watch this. I hope you have a great week. See you later, KTM. KTM's not on camera because he's hurt his nose with a loft hatch landing on his nose. Yeah, so I hope you're having a great week. Hope you're making loads of money. Hope you're spending time with your family, because honestly, that's what matters. And I know I say that at the end of the episode, but I mean it. Honestly, that's all that matters, is that your family, your friends, and yourself are happy. Have a great week. Make lots of dough, and I'll see you next week.